Hey guys, Jeepadventures here. I thought I'd do a quick little review of the OST Dyno shift module that we put in. This is the stock one. I replaced the stock shift computer, shift module, with an OST Dyno shift module. And it has changed the shift points. It doesn't hang up in a gear anymore like when it was boosting, because we have the Sprintex Supercharger on the Jeep, so which I'm not really happy with. It does create really good boost, but then it just kicks the boost out. We're still trying to figure out there might be issues with it, but so far not very happy with it. It does sound cool. I mean, it's a $6,000 noisemaker. It sounds really cool, but it doesn't really, when it's making power, it makes really good power. But like I said, it just kicks you'll be mid boost, and all of a sudden it'll just kick the boost out, and it'll go back to like a stock JK filling, but it'll still be making the supercharger noise. So we've been going back and forth with Sprintex trying to figure that out. Also, it was shifting terrible. It was hanging up in, it was hanging up in gear. So when you would floor it, basically give it gas, and you're creating boost, and you're trying to, it's supposed to shift to the second gear and then the third gear. Well, it wasn't doing that. It was just hanging up in first gear and redlining, and you had to let off the gas, and then baby it, kind of feather the gas for it to shift to the second gear. From what I'm read, I'm not the only one that has this trouble. So I would have to either do that or manually shift it, and sometimes even manually shifting it wouldn't shift it to the next gear. You still have to let off the gas and then slap it to the next gear. Let's see what else. There was something else I was going to add in here. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm going to drive it so you can see and hear what's happening with the OST Dyno shift module. It's shifting, but it's like stacking up shifts. So basically what's happening is, which is fine if you're just kind of cruising around town and you want fuel economy, but when you're trying to create power, and it starts stacking shifts on you, it's just, you're losing all that power because you're not putting it anywhere. It's going into the next gear, and it's dragging you down. So you're not hitting your red line, or not your red line, your power band. That's what's killing it. So let me take you a little drive. I got a little straightaway here. I'll show you a little straightaway here, and a little bit of mountain, not a mountain, but a nice hill to climb, so you can see how it shifts up the hill. So let's go ahead and do that. I forgot my mount in the other vehicle, so I'm gonna have to hold the phone, which is why I chose this kind of little back road, so I don't get a ticket here. But let's let this car go. All right. So you'll hear it. See, it shifts good. It shifts well when you're just cruising. I'm barely into the gas right now, so. That's a good shift there. See, when you're not into the gas, into the pedal, it shifts nice. It shifts great. But I'll show you what I mean once I turn the corner here. to get into it a little bit. See right there, it fell in its face. Had great power through first, second, and some of third, and then it just falls on its face. I've tried several tunes in here. Watch, I'll do it again. See how it stacked the shift right there? I was actually in the pedal to kind of give it a little bit more power, and it stacked the shift on me. And I also noticed, unless you get into the floor, like, you have to really get it almost to the floor to get it to downshift. Let's see. It seems to be shifting okay right now. I don't want to go blazing through town here. Try and find a street that I can open it up on a little bit. Now watch, I'll show you the RPM. Here, this is a good little street. Let's see, hold on. See what I mean? See how it downshifted and upshifted and downshifted is trying to find its spot. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It just, I don't know if it's the OST Dyno computer that's doing that, because it didn't do it that bad before, but now it seems to be a little different. But I don't know if it's their computer that's doing it or Sprintex's tune that is causing it to do that. I mean, it's actually shifted. Before I put the OST dyno in, it wasn't shifting. Literally, you'd have to let off the gas and kind of feather the gas a little bit to get it to shift. Now it's actually shifting on its own, but it's kind of stacking shifts, which means it's shifting prematurely, and it keeps doing it through all the gears. Not exactly, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not what I was expecting. And I tried to get a hold of OST Dyno, and they don't answer their emails, and they don't answer the phone. So they took my money, but they won't answer the phone. So I don't know what to do at this point. I kept my stock computer for right now. I mean, that's $250 core, but I'd like to get my core back, or at least have them figure this out so I can it'll shift correctly. See, I'm gonna go up this little hill right here so you can see how it shifts. I mean, right now it seems to be okay. It should shift right now, but it's not. So he's hanging up in this gear. It's not that big of a hill right here. We're in going up towards Mount Baldy Road in California here. Let's see. Full stop. About half pedal. See it shift way too premature right there. And right there. I'm in the pedal probably halfway right now. which it should, one, be creating a lot more boost, and two, not shifting so early. This is a pretty good steep grade right here. Now see, that's nice how it did it right there, how before I lit off the gas and it wouldn't downshift. So now it's downshifting. See, go off-road action here. Sorry, the camera's so shaky. I didn't, like I said, I left my mount in the other vehicle, and watch out, bunny. And so I'm having to hold this by hand while we're driving here. Here comes a car. Hopefully he sees me. There we go. Off-road, it seems to do pretty well. That wasn't off-road. I'm not talking about that. That's just a dirt driveway, basically all that is. But we took it up in the mountains, and it seems to shift good seems to shift well in the mountains. And but when you're just street driving, it stacks the shifts up on you, and it's just makes it kind of annoying, because then you really got to get into the gas to get it to downshift, and then when it does downshift, it redlines and revs up into, 5,000-6,000 RPM, which I don't really like my motor revving up that high if I don't have to. See, it shifts nice there. It shifted, seemed to have shifted fine there. Let's get on a little straightaway here, and I'll lay into it for a second. I'll show you how it's kicking the boost out. Let's see. See, right there, it shifted great. If it was like that at all times, I'd be happy with it. But it's not. I'm trying to, that old saying, when you try and show somebody. Yeah, everything right there seemed to be okay. It boosted fine, it shifted fine. Let me see, maybe if I get into it, let me try it this way. Oh yeah, hear it? Hear how it kicked my boost out. It wouldn't boost right there. It downshifted great though. Oh, red lights. Here we go. Okay. So now stacking shifts. See, I'm already in. I'm holding it at one steady RPM and it just stacked up a bunch of shifts on me. Now let's see when I... So you have to give it a lot of gas for it to kick back down now. Let me see. See how it downshifted and it shifts right back to the higher gear. Here we got no cars in front of us this time, so we can hit it for a sec. And which is weird, I didn't turn the traction control off. The tune from Sprintex turned the traction control off, so. See, I'm almost all the way in the gas right now. It's not boosting at all. See up? Hear it? Something is, I don't know if it's the tune or if it is the shift module. Because it didn't do that before I put the shift module in there. Like I said before, it was just hanging up in gear and it was really frustrating. But now it's shifting, but not the way it should be. So I don't know. And if I can get a hold of OST and talk to them, maybe they might be able to figure out, but they need to answer the phone. They don't answer their phone and they haven't replied to my emails. So, but they did take my money and they did ship it to me really quickly. So, I guess that's a good thing. I guess. But, anyway, I'm in traffic now and back down here, Foothill Boulevard, Route 66. And it's going to be just kind of city driving, which you already seen that. So, anyway, just thought I would do a quick little review. If I get this figured out, or when I get this figured out, hopefully I get it figured out soon, I'll do another video and I'll tell you what happened and what the fix was. And yeah, we'll go from there. Anyway, yeah, the traffic's getting kind of bad. So anyway, I'll see you guys later, and don't forget to like, subscribe if you like my content. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me a question and I'll answer it the best I can. Anyway, have a good one, guys. See you later.